Documentary filmmaker Michael Moore, the man who made Bowling for Columbine and Fahrenheit 9/11, has turned his attention to America's economic collapse in a new film, Capitalism, a Love Story. The film is, of course, anything but. Here's a preview.
We're here to get the money back for the American people.
I understand, sir, but you can't come in here.
Can you just take the bag?
No.
Take it up there?
Absolutely not.
Fill it up? I got more bags. 10 billion probably won't fit in here. We want our money back!
Well, Michael Moore joined me from Michigan earlier, and a warning, some may find some of his language offensive. Michael Moore, welcome to Lateline Business.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You started working on this film before the economy collapsed. Filming began in the American spring of 2008. What was the story you set out to tell?
Well, I really wanted to tell the story I've been telling for 20 years in all my movies, which is, how is it that the people at the top who have the most money in a democracy get to call all the shots when it's supposed to be we all are supposed to have this equal say in things? It just is always I've just always wondered why that is, why the little guy doesn't really have much say, considering it's a democracy. So I set out to explore that concept because I think we've always believed that capitalism and democracy are go hand in hand with each other. And I guess I began to wonder maybe that's not true, that actually they're opposites, because it's capitalism benefits the few, not the many, whereas democracy is about the many.
You call capitalism a system of legalised greed. Is the message that you can fix it or you have to replace it? And if you have to replace it, what do you replace it with?
I think it's beyond fixing. I think it's gotten so bastardized to the point where it will be impossible now to go back to anything resembling what seemed like maybe a good idea, the old style of capitalism or free enterprise. I think that's gone. I think the only way to deal with this is essentially to eliminate it and to come up with a new system, a new economic system that speaks to the 21st century, and to quit having this stupid debate of capitalism versus socialism, a 16th century philosophy versus a 19th century philosophy. We're in the 21st century. We need to come up with something that is, relates to what we're going through right now. I'm not an economist, but what I would ask for is that whatever we come up with have two basic things in its foundation. Number one, democracy. In other words, we the people control the economy. And number two, a moral and ethical core where no business decision gets made without first asking the question, is this for the common good?
So how in practice would that work? Two things, I guess. You feature a number of businesses in your movie where workers own the business. Is that practical in an era of a global economy? And secondly, can you unscramble the egg? Can you start again?
100 years ago, we had child labor. We had 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds working in the factories. And some people started to say, you know what? This isn't something really to reform. This is something to get rid of. And people said, no, are you kidding? How can we do that? That would totally screw up the whole economy, because we depend on kids working too alongside with adults.
An entire global economic system is a little different, isn't it?
It's a system like slavery or child labor, where at certain points in human history, we as humans make a moral choice and we say, you know what, this isn't good. It might be good for the economy to have slaves because you don't have to pay people. That probably helps the bottom line a bit. But you know what? It's wrong.
So specifically, what does your system look like? It's a system where the people control the economy. What does that look like?
I don't know. Am I supposed to know that? I can tell you that cancer is bad. Now, do I have a right to say that without having to now give you the cure for cancer? I mean, it's enough to point out, doing my job as a documentary filmmaker, that something here is really, really wrong and has really hurt millions of people. That's my job. My hope is that when people see my films, that someone or someones out there, some people out there, are going to leave the theater and go, you know what, we can do better than this. We can come up with something different because this isn't working. So it's not really up to me to figure that out.